Hello traders, welcome to today's Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update, and we are going to be taking a look at the next levels of support and resistance that Bitcoin has now that it is broken out of its range that it had been confined in for the past week. Okay, so yesterday we had this really nice move up out of the range, okay, just a very steady uptrend going on through the whole of, well, the last 2 days really. And now we've finally come into this. It started to just pause here, started to consolidate, and we can start to look at what levels above and below there are, depending on which direction this now goes in. So we have had a good back test of this range already, okay? You can see here with our range highs coming in, the last liquidity that it took around this level here, and we have had this back test overnight into this area again, once again, and we've got that move up, which has taken, once again, the top side liquidity of this kind of smaller mini range that we do have here up at these highs, okay? So once again, you can see the liquidity up at these highs that was taken yesterday. Okay, you could flip this resistance. It flipped this resistance into support, got that move up, and has had this second back test of this once again. However, it does seem to be losing a bit of momentum up here, so we do need to be aware that this could start to fall back down. We have had a test, we've got a trade off of that, but we've got to be aware of both the support and resistance levels as this does continue. Okay, so first of all, let's have a little look back at some of the trades that we've had so far today. Okay, so this is a nice one, a recap for those of you who do trade the Asia session and the overnight session when myself and America and Europe are sleeping. So I know actually a few of you in America would have been able to trade these as well. So yeah, good stuff for you guys. But yeah, so at the moment we actually have one of these VWAP trades going on right now. So you can see we've had this move down. It's reclaimed the daily open here. Prices reclaim this after testing this support area, and now we're back into VWAP. So this would give you a pretty decent long trade here. So we'll have to see how this develops. Obviously, if we do start to lose this level, then I would be looking for lower prices for these lows to get taken. And at that point, we start to get into danger of falling back into this range here. So yeah, we can go and have a look again earlier on today how we did have another one of these VWAP trades that did play out. So you can see this 1, 2, 3 spikes up here into resistance before losing this daily open, coming into this VWAP area, and then that gives you a short position basically just to take down all the way down until VWAP is reclaimed. Okay, so this is a really nice scalp trade that can turn into a very, very profitable day trade. Okay, so what we can see here is this short position would have been initiated around here with your invalidation up at these highs, nice and simple. You could keep this coming all the way up until, well, around here where you would have been eventually stopped out of that trade, and you got 3 take profits out of this, which is really nice, and an opportunity to compound. Okay, so we're looking at number 1. Okay, you come down here, you're basically looking just for a spike in volume that is more than what we saw on the kind of rejection area from this. So we do get this nice spike in volume down here. Okay, you can see the volume increasing comparatively to where you got into this trade. Then you have this move back up, gives you another opportunity to compound. Okay, if we do pull off fibs from this, you can see also coming into this golden pocket area. So a second opportunity to compound. Another opportunity here, just testing it twice. Second spike in volume down here, and then eventually coming back into this VWAP area, getting that rejection, and finally hitting what would be a third take profit before VWAP is reclaimed and you close out of this trade at this point here. So overall, that gives you a really nice trade of, I think by the time it got to the bottom of this was about 6-to-1 reward on this, comparative to the risk that you were putting onto this trade. So a really, really good trade to start the day. Then obviously what happened is we did come in, test that support area down here around this 37,400 area. Okay, we'll also have a look at the TPO in just a minute, and that was a significant level from the previous day that we do need to have a look at for another setup that has played out so far today as well. And then, of course, move back above and into this VWAP again. So this does, at the moment, so far it's just a range bound day. Okay, so we can take a look at this and just think, all right, here's our lows, here's our highs. We can define a range from the day that it has been put in. We've not really started any kind of trend from this. So we'd have to start taking out these highs in order for this to be a trending day upwards. In that case, that would give us some targets up towards this 49k region if we can obviously start to trend out of this range that we are in. So other than that, on the just standard trading view chart, okay, I'm going to look at the higher time frame stuff. So this is what we're looking for as this 49k resistance coming in. So you can see we've got a weekly level up here. And also, if we do pull our fibs from our highs to this low here, okay, this wick down is valid, but for me personally, I know it's lower, and that would be where you would normally pull the fib, but this is so different across all the exchanges that I want to get a bit of kind of consistency with this and taking this into this area here. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference, really, okay? So we still have, whatever happens at this point, we do have this golden pocket that lines up really nicely with this weekly level at $49,000, okay? So that is a very, very clear area of resistance if price does get a move up out of there, and I would expect a rejection from that. Okay, so that for me will probably be the best area for a potential reversal that I do see here, unless we start to at this point lose this VWAP. The VWAP session VWAP starts to slope back down, and then I would be targeting monthly open and again lower prices on this. So again, that's kind of the resistance that I do see right now. There's not really anything else on this chart in particular that I am looking at. Of course, if we were to fall back down, then we'll have to start drawing our fibs for support areas. So if this is the high, we do have our 382 coming in down at this daily level, and that for me would be a really, really good level to be looking for any long positions from a bounce. Okay, so you can see it would be back testing basically this crazy candle that we had a few days ago. So we would take out 1, 2, 3 lows here. You could have this move down just into your 382 before getting a bounce off of that. And then of course, if we do see a deeper retrace from this, we have this new daily level that has been untested down here at $44,971. Okay, so those are two potential support areas that I am seeing on this chart at the moment. What is this line doing here? Probably nothing. And then, of course, if we do just take a look at that quickly, okay, here is that daily level that does line up with our golden pocket. Pull your fib from your low to your high, and you have your golden pocket lining up really nicely with this level down here, okay? So again, that would be a good area of support if we do start to fall back down from this area. Of course, those fibs will all change if we do get another move up. So just for argument's sake, let's take a look. Say we come up into the weekly, see how that starts to line up here, okay? You can see the actual fibs on this not lining up quite as nicely. Sorry, I was on log just then. So let me just move this back down. It doesn't make a lot of difference. We're talking small percentages here. You can see that it's still all lining up quite nicely if this is to be the high. But of course, if we do get that move up, you can see how these fibs do change. And actually the 0.5 gives us a nice level here as well. So yeah, and I'll just quickly redraw the fib from here, and you can see again how you have everything lining up quite nicely around this weekly level here. So what else do we have on the chart? We can have a look at our fixed range. We can take a look at where the point of control for this area is, right down at this weekly open, okay? So this is giving us, again, we have a decent area down here to be looking at as a support region if we do fall into this area. Our value area high at our monthly open, okay? So if we do just take out these lows, we do have this value area high of the range. And then, interestingly enough, our value area low right down on this daily level here. So all of these key horizontals that we have are untouched daily level, our weekly open, our monthly open, all lining up perfectly with the range that we are actually in at this time, okay? So this is really quite significant on this chart, and this does give good confluence. Even if we pull this back a little bit here, we can see our point of control, our value area high and our value area low remains in the same place. So that's very significant on this. This gives you 3 clear levels, okay? All marked with confluence at horizontals, okay? So we're looking at these three levels, you can also back those up, of course, with the fibs. We do have the 382, the 0.5, and the golden pocket lining up nicely with each of these. So that does give us, yeah, again, I keep saying it, these three levels of support to the downside if we do see a pullback on this chart. Okay, now, of course, let's just, for argument's sake, just if we do take out this 49k region, I'm not actually going to look too much at that. Obviously, 50k is going to be an area. We do have a bit of where these highs and this kind of chop zone was before we had this pullback around $51,000. So it's just even numbers from then on in. So you have 50k, you've got 49k, 50k, 51k, 52k coming up here where we have the start of this daily order block. Okay, so we do have this daily order block that starts at 52, ends around 52,700, and of course you've got, if you take the highs, you've got 53. So it's just $1,000 blocks at the moment that we're looking at to the upside. To the downside, obviously, it's a little bit more local, okay, because we've got smaller price action going on this. So that does give us our local targets to the downside. What we could also get from that, so let's just take a look at this. Going over a lot of stuff this morning. So we would have this, okay, let's take it from here. XAB coming in here. You could have your C around this, and then taking it up for your 786 over here to form this Gartley. Okay, not very nice symmetry on that. What you could also turn this into is a cipher. Okay, so this could come down further into a cipher pattern, but we'll look at that. There are harmonics at play here if we do get a retrace, and of course we don't know how high this is going to go, so we could get a bit nicer symmetry on this if we do see a move higher. That would come into our 618, our golden pocket kind of region on here. Now I do have this big green zone down below, so this does open up the possibility again of this harmonic playing out. We could get a cipher harmonic that plays out if we do come down into here, and also we do have this just typical ABCD pattern. So we're looking at A, B, C coming up here. Let's just say it comes up to this, and then we're looking down somewhere between the 1.272, which would be down here, and the 1.414, all within this nice region of support that we do have here. Okay, so just a very simple ABCD correction, which if you zoom out on this chart, okay, really doesn't look like there's any damage done on the higher time frames if we do come into this area. Okay, so look at where our support is down here. We see a nice area of support within this region around this $40,500 to $42,000 area, and that does give us a clear support on here as well. So yeah, that's Bitcoin on the trading view chart covered, and yeah, we can just move on, I guess. Just have a quick look at the TPO. Oh, okay, have a quick look at the heat map. So there is a little bit of support that we can see here on the Bitcoin chart, and we can see obviously this big sell wall above us. And if this does start to fall down, there's not actually a lot of support left on here. So it'll be interesting to see. These bids have been pulled on this chart, so we have had this bounce off of this area. You can see how this order book nicely holding it up, the confluence that we did have up there, coming right up into this area. A little bit of support at this zone, but if we do start to fall down at this point, it's not offering a huge amount of support anymore. So we'll have to see how this does develop throughout the day. Obviously that's just one exchange, but of course we will monitor that. Then we do have our TPO. Okay, so what this does give us on the day, so day trade setups that we have our daily open that is outside of previous day value area. So once again, you can see here our value area on the TPO coming in around this 48k region down to this 46,900 area. So we had this move down. You got some acceptance within here. We had a move down into our previous day point of control, 47,400, depending on the TPO or the marker settings, and that has immediately bounced us. So if we do come back down within this area, I would say fall below 47,900 again, and I do think that this will reach its completion. down here around 46,800. And then, of course, we have a naked point of control down here at 46,525. My dog is barking in the garden and my phone is going off. So I'll wrap this one up very quickly. And yeah, so what we can see again, we do have these NPOCs coming in around this, yeah, 46,675, and of course lower down if we do start to fall back within the range that we were in over the past few days, around 44,600. Again, gives us some nice confluence. We have 44,600 around here, around this daily level, and again, like, yeah, you get the idea. My phone is still going off. So I'm going to wrap this video up and then I'll do another altcoin video in just a moment. But that is the Bitcoin update, and stay tuned for the altcoin one coming soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.